Let's Talk Life with Destiny is my way of educating the world on a variety of topics. If you have not already subscribed, please find the link in my bio and hit the subscribe button. This video is for anyone who have kids going into pre-K next year or to kindergarten. I'm going to hit just a few quick things that you can work on over the summertime that has nothing to do with academics. So the first thing I want to talk about is nap time. If your child is going into pre-K, they should still be getting an hour nap. If your child is going into kindergarten, they do not have nap time. So if your child is really used to taking a nap, maybe sometime in July, start to wean them off of it. If they are used to taking an hour or 2 hour nap, they are going to be so exhausted in that first couple of weeks of kindergarten because they will not get a nap. If your child has been going to a preschool who has been giving them longer than an hour nap, you might want to cut back on the amount of time your child has been napping, because in pre-K, at least in the state of Georgia, their nap time is just 1 hour. So let's say you have the opposite situation. Your child has never napped. They don't like napping. In pre-K, they will have an hour nap time. Now, of course, we can't make them go to sleep, but they will have to lay down in their cot and be quiet and be still during that time. So maybe you start practicing that. When I taught pre-K, I did have a few antsy students where I would give them a book or a small quiet toy for them to play with on their cot. After a while, they actually start to take a nap. It might not be that whole hour, but they get so used to the dark room and the quiet music playing, and there's nobody else to talk to, so they usually end up falling asleep before the hour is over with. But that is just something to think about, that even though your child may not take a nap, they will be asked for an hour out the day to show. Outside of nap time, another thing that you can be working on is going to the potty. One, making sure that your child is fully potty trained, that you're not having to set a timer or consistently remind them to go to the potty. They need to be going on their own. They need to know what that little feeling feels like and when it's time to stop playing and go. Making sure they know how to pull their pants down and pull it up. If they have a zipper, practicing moving up their zipper up and down. For boys, I know a lot of the time the blue jeans, it's hard for them to put their blue jeans back, buckled up, even if it's the button. Those things are hard, and even though the teacher should be willing to help them, you want to get them out of the habit of walking out of the bathroom with their pants unzipped, or even at their ankles. Yes, we will have kids who walk out of the bathroom with their pants still at their ankles. So making sure that you just talk through these things with your kids is so easy when you're at home. I know a lot of us have been working home. A lot of you all, not me, have been working home during the pandemic, and you have gotten kind of lax, and you're not even thinking about, oh my gosh, when I send my kid to school next year, they can't do some of the things that I've allowed them to do, like run out of the bathroom without their clothes on. So just getting them in the mindset that, hey, you got to go ahead and pull yourself together and get everything situated before you open the door. Making sure they know to wash their hands, to flush the toilet. I know these are simple things, but I know when your child has been at home for the last 3 or 4 years of their lives, there are just some things that you just haven't thought about to sit and really practice with your child. So that's all this video is about. Practice, practice, practice. Another thing is lunchtime. I'm actually going to do a whole separate video for you guys about how you can get your child ready for just eating lunch at Big Kid School, because it can be a little overwhelming for your child, and there are a few things that I want you guys to practice with them, but I'm going to make a whole separate video for that. Let's talk about putting on our jacket. I know that sounds so silly, but it can be a hard task for them to get that one arm in, but then they're trying to reach back behind to learn how to pull the other sleeve and get their arms through it, and taking off their jacket. Those are very simple things that you have probably always just done for them and not thought about it. Let them start practicing putting on their jacket by themselves and taking their jacket off. Same thing with their shoes. We know they're going to put their shoes on the wrong foot. We know. But putting their shoes on and taking their shoes off on their own, let them do that. If you have a child going into kindergarten, I think it is very appropriate right now for you to have them practice tying up their shoe. Now, it's going to take a while. It's like potty training. They're not going to get it the first couple of times, but that's okay. They won't learn unless you sit and actually practice with them. I had second graders. I taught pre-K, first, second, and fourth. I had second graders that could not tie their shoe. And I know it was from a direct result of their parents not working with them. We as teachers do not teach kids how to tie their shoes. We do not. That is something that they have to learn at home. So if you have a child that's already 4 or 5, it's time. It's time to go ahead and start practicing it. They're not going to get it. It's going to take some patience. But if you don't work on it, they're never going to know how to do it. Okay, that it is so easy to want to focus on what your child needs to learn as far as their ABCs and their numbers and how to count and how to spell. But one thing that a lot of teachers will all agree on is that some of the kids are missing just basic manner lessons. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, sir. Yes, sir. Please. Thank you. You're welcome. Bless you. These are things that have to be modeled at home. It just has to be modeled. You can tell your kid to say these things, but if they never hear anybody say them, they won't say them. So don't skip over these types of lessons at home while we're trying to teach our kid how to spell their name and what colors are. Those are all important things, but there are some more basic things like the ones I mentioned in this video that you don't want to skip over. These are all important skills for your babies to learn, not just ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, okay? I really hope this video just helps spark some ideas for some things that you can be working on over the summer. Once again, this is very valuable for my friends who have kids going into pre-K or kindergarten. My daughter will be starting pre-K at my school next year, so I really am just making a mental note of all of the things I have to work on this summer, but I thought it'd be helpful for you guys. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, comment anything that you feel I may have missed, and share it with all your family and friends. Thank you.